On one ordinary morning in 2030, humanity believed they were the most intelligent life forms in the universe. But that day, the sky suddenly darkened. Massive spaceships covered the entire Earth, and unimaginable beings emerged from within. They were called king crabs, alien life forms with gigantic bodies over 3 meters tall and an astounding IQ of 300. Compared to humanity's average IQ of 100, we were nothing more than inferior animals to them. All of Earth's armies and scientific technology became powerless. Humanity was helpless against the king crab's advanced science. In just one day, Earth was conquered, and humans were trapped in giant breeding farms. Then a terrible truth was revealed. To the king crabs, humans were the ultimate delicacy. They began cooking and eating human flesh with great pleasure. Humanity, once the rulers of Earth, had become mere food overnight. Every day, king crab chefs came to the breeding farms to select fresh ingredients. Humans trembled in fear, waiting to be chosen. Even with death approaching, they had no power to resist. One day, a king crab chef entered the breeding farm as usual to select ingredients. But in the corner, he witnessed something strange. A woman was holding a young child, crying silently with tears streaming down her face. "Please, please spare this child." The woman's desperate voice reached the king crab's ears. The child trembled with fear, burying deeper into his mother's arms. For the first time, the king crab hesitated. A strange emotion rose from deep within his chest. Despite having an outstanding IQ of 300, he couldn't understand what this feeling was. Was it compassion? Was it sympathy? Eventually, the king crab passed by the mother and child and selected another human. But that night, the scene kept replaying in his mind. A few days later, the king crab gathered courage and approached the king crab president. "Your Majesty, I dare to make a suggestion. These inferior creatures, they seem to have emotions and bonds just like us." The king crab president was surprised. Even with his supreme intelligence, this was a perspective he had never considered. After deep contemplation, the president made a decision. "Bring me the human representatives." With trembling legs, human representatives stood before the king crab president. They were prepared for death, but unexpected words came forth. "I understand your situation. I propose a negotiation." The king crab president's conditions were as follows. If humans regularly supplied those over 70 years old, and those who died naturally, the king crabs would leave Earth and grant humanity limited freedom. The human representatives shed tears. Was this negotiation, or was it another form of surrender? But they had no choice. They had to accept it, if only for future generations. Thus, a bizarre peace came to Earth. The king crabs left as promised, but a new reality awaited humanity. Now humans had to consume less intelligent king crabs and animals for survival. Those who had been food just moments before now had to eat other life forms, an ironic situation indeed. When night came, humans looked up at the sky. In that vast universe, they realized how small and insignificant they truly were. We thought we were the smartest on Earth, but where do we rank in the universe? From that night on, humanity began to change. They poured all their energy into scientific advancement. Children studied harder, and scientists devoted themselves to research day and night. The mother and child from the breeding farm also looked at the stars together and said, "Will we someday be able to travel among those stars? We will, as long as we don't give up." Now humanity understood. True intellectual evolution was just beginning. From a cosmic perspective, humanity was still only at the crawling stage. But they didn't despair. Instead, they became humble, and they became more earnest. Somewhere beyond Earth, the king crabs might have thought the same thing. There must be beings smarter than us somewhere in the universe. The universe is infinitely vast, and within it, all life forms are in the process of learning. Arrogance brings destruction, while humility leads to progress. Humanity's new journey had begun. A long voyage to become truly intelligent life forms in the universe. And someday, when humanity encounters life forms less intelligent than themselves on other planets, will they act like the king crabs, or will they make a different choice? That will be the true test of wisdom.